Hello! So I've been planning on making this video for the end of August, but I noticed a lot of you start school in August, so I decided to do this now. Keep in mind, my high school is a Catholic school and there was no bullying, that I've witnessed anyway, and your school may not be the same as mine. Also, my advice may not work for you, since everywhere is a little bit different, so remember this before thinking my suggestions are wrong. They're just what I found worked for me. Alright, I'm going into grade 11, so I have experienced being a freshman. A freshman is someone going into high school, by the way, or college or university, just a first year student, but I'll be talking about going into high school since I haven't been to college yet. So I had been in the same school for 10 years. Where I'm from, there's no middle school, so junior kindergarten all the way up to grade 8. For the first time since junior kindergarten, I was going to a new school and I was nervous, to say the least. Everyone is bound to be at least a little nervous, so you're not alone. You're going from like a familiar and comfortable place to something like unknown. You may be worried about getting lost since you haven't really been used to the school, but don't stress about it. I know when I saw my high school for the first time, it seemed huge compared to my previous school, but I adapted pretty quickly. And if you're late on the first day because you couldn't find your class, or you walk into the wrong class, who cares? The teachers are expecting this, and you won't be the only one. In my school, we have 4 minutes to get to our next class, and I felt like that wasn't enough time. Like, when I looked at my schedule, I thought that there would be no way I'd be able to make it to my class in time if I was going to my locker and everything. But I mean, if you're going from the 3rd floor to the 1st floor, it may be a bit rushed, but it's not impossible, so yeah, I don't know how much time you guys get. What I was worried about the most, though, was making friends and having a good first impression. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know I'm a shy, introverted person, so talking to people in general stresses me out. I was lucky because my friends from elementary school were going to the same high school as me, and we're still friends to this day. However, don't expect to always have the same friends, because making new friends is always great. And it's okay if you leave high school with a mixed group of friends, like different than what you started with. However, even with my 4 elementary school friends, I didn't have every class with them. I suggest that you make a friend in each of your classes, or at least make a few acquaintances. That way, if you're ever away or don't understand something, you'll have someone to go to with questions. Now you might be thinking, but Shannon, how do you make friends? Well, I am not an expert on this subject, but you won't be the only person in the class without a friend, especially on the first day. So look for someone that seems to be sitting by themselves, or if there's arranged seating, talk to the person next to you. Just say hi, introduce yourself. A good conversation starter is a compliment. I mean, my school had uniforms, but if something about them pops out, like a bracelet or their hair or something, tell them. That's a good first impression to have. Even if you don't become friends with that person, they'll associate you with something good, like, oh, there's that girl that liked my nail polish. I mean, I'd go into more detail on how to make friends, but I don't want to take up the whole video, so you get the idea. However, another good way to make friends is to have good hygiene. Wear deodorant, brush your teeth, shower. You know that episode of SpongeBob where he thought everyone was avoiding him because he was ugly, but it turned out he just had bad breath?
I mean, we're not ugly. We just stink. Stink?
You don't want that to happen to you. If you have gym class, or even just in general, it's a good idea to keep a mini deodorant in your bag. And wearing a body mist, perfume, or cologne is fine, but don't drench yourself in it. Like, sometimes I'll just be walking through a hallway and all of a sudden be hit with a wave of cologne or perfume or something. Or I've even been on the bus before and all of a sudden there's this like really strong smell. And even if it's not a bad smell, too much is just annoying, and I just want you to keep that in mind. Be nice to your teachers. No good is going to come from annoying them. I know some people feel the need to talk in class, unlike me, but just be respectful and try not to get on their nerves too much. They are grading you after all. Also, even if colleges and universities don't look at your marks from freshman year, classes aren't going to get easier. You're going to have to try your best throughout all of high school. Don't just tell yourself you'll start trying hard in grade 11 when universities pay attention, because you won't be able to suddenly catch up with everything. It's better to stay on top of things the best you can. Alright, this is sort of common sense, but I'll say it anyways. Don't do drugs. You see this everywhere, I know, but what's the point? There's so many cons to it, and whatever your reason is, just don't. Don't do it. I've never actually had peer pressure when it comes to this sort of thing, but if your peers are pressuring you, stay strong. You don't have to do something if you don't want to do it. I mean, this applies to other stuff as well. Talking about peer pressure, don't act or do what everyone else is. Just be yourself. If you make friends while pretending to be someone else, will they really be your friends or just friends to the person you're pretending to be? People should like you for you, and if they don't, I'm sorry. Taking on trends is fine, it's normal, but don't become a completely different person because that's not really going to help you. Now, most importantly, look out for your mental health. I don't mind school, but it can be stressful. I won't lie to you. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and with all the assignments, homework, tests, presentations, it can be stressful. But high school isn't meant to be easy, because it's preparing you for real life. Just try not to procrastinate or fall too far behind. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And sleep is just as important as studying, so get sleep, drink water, eat breakfast, and good luck. Have an amazing day. Bye! Also, I made a Discord server. I had been asked about it before, so yeah. Link should be in the description if you want to join it. Oh, and thank you to everyone who's been sending me fan art lately. I love it so much. These two have been made for me by my little cousin Michelle, which I think is so cute.